Good morning and welcome to the New York City Council vote of the Committee on Aging. At this time, can everybody please silence your cell phones? Chair, we are ready to begin.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome to today's Aging Committee vote. I'm Councilmember Crystal Hudson, Committee Chair, and my pronouns are she, her. Shortly, the committee will vote on Resolution 232, sponsored by Councilmember Gail Brewer, which calls on the New York State Legislature to pass and the Governor to sign S-2960 A-5741 to provide for annual adjustment of the maximum income threshold eligibility for the Senior Citizen Rent Increase Exemption, or SCREE, Disability Rent Increase Exemption, JURI, Senior Citizen Homeowners Exemption, SHAHI, and Disabled Homeowners Exemption, D, by any increase in the Consumer Price Index. SCREE, JURI, SHAHI, and D are vital rental assistance and homeowner assistance programs, and the relief they provide can often mean the difference between an older adult remaining in their home and being forced to move out due to unsustainable costs. However, we must ensure that the eligibility requirements for these programs keep up with the rising cost of living that New Yorkers are experiencing. In passing Resolution 232, this committee is sending a strong message to our friends in the state legislature that our city's older adults need help now. Passing S-2960 and A-5741 will ensure that more older adults are eligible for these exemptions and can receive relief in order to remain in their homes and age in place with dignity. I'm proud to co-sponsor this resolution and want to thank Councilmember Brewer for her advocacy on this issue. Thank you to my colleagues and Aging Committee members. I would also like to thank my staff, Casey Addison and Andrew Wright, and Aging Committee staff, Christopher Pepe, Chloe Rivera, Julia Haramis, and Samuel Hamid. I'd like to acknowledge that we're joined today by Council members Lee, Schulman, Brewer, and Zhuang. I'm now going to turn it over to Councilmember Brewer for remarks.
Thank you very much, Chair Hudson, and I want to indicate that Resolution 232 is really important, and I appreciate the very timely discussion of it because the session in Albany is about to end, and they would like to hear from us. As you described what they would do, I would like to just add that Social Security benefits increase to match cost of living, but the SCREE, DREE, and others do not that were mentioned earlier. The income thresholds of all of these programs do not increase to match the cost of living, and they should. But when they don't, that puts older adults and people with disabilities at risk to lose access to these programs as increases in Social Security raise their incomes above the set thresholds. I hope that this will increase the number of households in New York City receiving SCREE, DREE, and other benefits. Right now, there are about 70,000 plus. If the numbers work out, it'll be over 61,000 that would be able to get these benefits, as opposed to those who make 50,000, it would go to 61,000. I want to thank Hallie Chu in particular. She used to work for me when I was borough president. She's now in the office of New York State Senator Brian Kavanaugh, who also worked for me. And they have been working to move the state bill forward, and I want to thank both of them. And thank you very much. This is a really important issue for our older adults in New York City.
It is indeed. Thank you so much, Councilmember. I'll now turn it over to the clerk to call the roll.
Thank you. Good morning. William Martin, Committee Clerk. Roll call vote, Committee on Aging on Resolution 232. Chair Hudson.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Mealy. Schulman.
Aye, and congratulations to Councilmember Brewer.
Banks. Salam. Zhuang.
Aye. Congratulations.
With a vote of 4 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, the resolution has been adopted by the committee. The roll will be held open at request of the chair.